Back in the saddle. Welcome back, everyone. Max Urbimler and Michael Holder. Only football. And we're on time with like real football because we're on time with fantasy
No. Even though what? Because I'm doing well.
anymore.
Is that why?
I'm happy for you.
No.
I'm just like I auto played wild card before once Holland was subbed off and not hurt. I learned my lesson. I learned my fucking lesson, and yeah.
You should have had him from the start. You of all people.
Hold on a sec. Sorry, I don't think my Wi-Fi is connected.
You of all people.
Why? Why me of all people?
You're a big Holland fan.
I mean, I like Holland. I'm not like a huge Holland fan.
Is he gonna get 30 goals?
What kind of softball question is that? Well, actually, no.
35?
He could get injured.
Exactly.
He
So
could get
30.
injured. That's the thing. And
30
you know what?
in the first
I just picked on that. That's okay. Reasons why I didn't have Holland quickly. I really should have gotten right after week 3 if I was going to wait at all. Like, let's be real. But I just thought to myself, let's see if they rotate. Let's see how he does. And by week 3, he was starting every match, and they didn't rotate, and he was doing well. So like, I don't know why I hesitated. I did. I was like, I'll get to him a bit. Like, I'll get to him soon. And then even after the hat trick on the weekend, I was like, you know what? I'll have him in like 2. I'll have him in 2 weeks after today.
You can't wait anymore. Yeah, I was gonna captain him this week, but at the start of the season, Pep said he's gonna rotate him, and I'm just saying, especially keeping Julian Alvarez and not selling him or loaning him out, not selling him out, loaning him out, meant that he was serious. I thought he was serious. Like maybe further down the season, maybe right now he's playing him a lot because he's not gonna be at the World Cup. He'll have a month off, but when World Cup's done, I think he'll see some rotation. Although
Champions League 2, we'll see what's happening there.
Yeah, I think he'll focus him on Champions League.
I don't know. You think so? Because I mean,
that's the goal.
What's City's group? No. For the later rounds, yes.
Yes.
But I'm talking about like early. I think you're gonna see more Alvarez.
Yes,
that's really
But I'm saying Holland down the road.
Sure.
Sure.
But by that time you're gonna be embroiled. Well, they might not be in a title hunt. They could just be running away with shit by then. Who knows? But if it's tight, you're not resting Holland.
They're still going to win the league.
Yes, they are. Despite Liverpool's late goal, just to keep things interesting. I mean, Arsenal, though, holy,
they're playing well.
They're playing very well, and you know what? They're just like they're controlling the game so well. The possession, and just winning the ball back. Like everyone's hungry. They're so good in the midfield. Like defensively, they're sound in the midfield though too. That's the big thing.
Yeah.
Honestly, Martin Odegaard has had a great start to the season. I mean, that whole team generally has. Don't get me wrong, but.
The whole team pretty much except for soccer. Wait till soccer gets going.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's what's scary. And Ayub Smith for on the bench, but we'll get to them later.
Yeah, absolutely. So today, that first time since early June or something like that. We will never do that again. For those of you who care, we will never ever do that again. Because the transfer window, there's so much to do, and we have so much to recap now, right?
Yeah.
There goes the camera. But yeah, so we're gonna do Bayern, PSG, Barca, and Juve, and the big 6 out of the Prem, and we'll talk some smaller clubs. And are there even gonna be any smaller clubs in the Prem soon? I swear the Prem's the Super League.
It's very very Super League, and that's a big reason why they want to have the European Super League to try and even it out. But we'll see, because even the promoted teams, they're getting 200 million.
Well, they
promoted teams
when they get
Syria,
promoted.
Yeah.
It's not the parachute. It's not just the parachute payment
for
the TVs, for the TV rates when you get relegated. They're actually getting 200. Nottingham actually got 200.
Or 100.
That's wild.
It's a lot of money for TV rights, and
going in though, it was always I always thought it was the parachute payment.
I think the Monza was saying that they only got 23, so it's almost 4 times, or pretty much 4 times, and they feel it's unfair because how are they supposed to recruit people if England has all the money to throw at them, right? You could have a player, but if England's going to offer 1.5, 2 times his wages, how are you?
What can you do? Yeah, that's what's so disappointing with me with the Serie A, and it's not necessarily a fault of their own now that they're playing such catch up, but Serie A had such a great year last year. It was so entertaining. I think it's going to be more the same this year in terms of the equality and the parity of the league. But they all these big clubs in Italy have not done much.
They have to do well in Europe, right? So as much as we hate each other, you do kind of have to at this point like cheer for Italian teams to go far, whether that's Europa League, Conference League, Champions League. You need that coefficient to go up and
be a draw for other players. Yeah.
Exactly. In the 90s and early 2000s, everyone wanted to play in Italy. All the best teams were there. Obviously now it's the Big Six in England. The Big Six in England is probably like the Big 11 in the world. 12
like
maybe.
Top. Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. I was actually mentioning this. I was suggesting this to Ram a couple weeks ago. I would be fine with like Italy Super League, fuck it. But like honestly, like just like a mishmash Super League with Bayern, Dortmund, Leipzig, Leverkusen, maybe one or two others from Germany, PSG, Lille, Monaco, Lyon, Marseille, Ajax, PSV, Feyenoord, and AZ.
So the best of the like the rest of the world category.
And Club Brugge. And Club Brugge. That's what I got. No, Spain can keep that. I think Spain and Italy and England. There's enough. There's enough there.
You want the rest of the world. You want the rest of the world.
Well, Europe.
Sorry, Europe. Sorry, rest of Europe, like in FIFA.
But why it wouldn't work though is because there'd be so much traveling involved and like the smaller clubs, like because there would still have to be promotion, right? Like I would say like those teams start. They have a year to like get that spot get that spot in that miniature Super League, and then there would still be relegation promotion.
The minor league.
But it would
want the minor league.
But it would kill the small clubs, right? Yeah. Like they would have to travel and be dead. But like those would be the teams. It's just that there needs to be more parity.
That's what you do if you're a UEFA president.
But I wouldn't, because it would destroy the the Bochums,
just
the Bochums just like that would be a nice league. That would be a league I would definitely be invested in.
Oh, now you get to be invested in all of them.
Yeah, I mean it's great. I'm still all about it, but Anyway, okay, so let's start with Barca. Let's just kick off with Barca because holy shit.
What haven't they done? What haven't they done?
Just you wait, all right? just wait. Give it half an hour. I
just saw it.
Okay. Yeah, let's start with Barca. So they lost like 500 million euros like last year. They're like 1.5 million in debt before that. I think they lost another billion, and all of a sudden like people are like, oh, these guys are going to go bankrupt. And their old president was saying that, yeah, we're effectively bankrupt. And now Laporta, right?
Yep.
Back in charge, back in the saddle, just like us. And, they're just pulling levers. So what that means is that they are effectively selling off parts of their assets. TV rights, they're selling 25% of TV rights over the next 25 years. And I think 49.9% of like their it might be just like jersey sales and merchandise and stuff like that. It might be their overall income. So just like ludicrous shit. But it's all what they say. It's like you might say it's plunging yourself into debt. Thoughts on Ajax? Well, there'll be a lot of Ajax talk when we're talking about transfers. Believe you me, we'll get there in a sec. And actually, we'll start. Actually, De Jong is just straight Barca right now, but we will get there. We'll get there with Bayern actually, which we'll do next. But so they're pulling these levers, and they're effectively saying like, yeah, we would say you're just putting yourself more into debt, but they're saying what Laporta calls it is a virtuous circle, and that's how he's sugarcoated in the sense that we're gonna pay now, like in the future, but like to get the money in to keep our brand going, sustain the fan base, grow the fan base, and then that money that we will be paying out will kind of level out. That's what they're hoping for. What needs to happen though is that they are competing in everything, and it needs to happen this year. I think it needs to start like this year. They've just spent about 150 million on Koundé, Lewandowski, and Rafinha.
Yep.
And then they brought in Kessie and Christensen, and it's not to say that their wages
were free transfers.
They were free, but their wage, like it's not.
It's pretty much like $40 million.
Exactly. Their wage bills were already insane. That was a huge part of why they were in so much trouble.
But to attract them, you have to have wages because if you look,
Saudis can't afford it. Yeah, well, I don't think. See, the thing is that Barca. Give me 1 second. The things though with Barca is that, there is a history at that club, which they're like the stylistic Catalonian giants. And well, but even before, yeah, with Cruyff especially, but like the way they were found is that they were like the emblem of Catalonia in terms of football, right? And now, obviously, as time passes, more and more, like they are resembling Real Madrid, with more and more in the sense that it's money to money game, and like it's just trophies, which is obviously the goal, but that love for their players at all costs, and being more vocal about Catalonia has actually kind of faded. Gerard Piqué kind of held it down for a while, but I mean, you look at Martin Braithwaite getting chewed out, and even De Jong getting chewed out this summer for not taking a
wage cut.
Not
he
taking a wage cut.
He was just angry about it, and they still haven't paid him back.
They haven't paid him back yet, and he looks like an asshole as well. Not as big an asshole as United, but still looks like a dick. How about them Spurs? They fucking drew today, Adam.
Ari Kind.
Okay, y'all hear that? EA Sports is EA Sports is not doing FIFA anymore. Yeah. This is true.
FIFA 23 is the last one. Right?
Yeah, actually, big drop points for me with that Spurs against West Ham. But hey, what are you gonna do? Yeah. So, and they haven't sold anyone. They have sold. They loaned out Dest today to Milan.
Yeah.
Who the hell? They've sold one player, and I can't. Like, it was like, yeah, make some money. Like the whole De Jong saga is like, surely, if United weren't complete assholes, that board weren't just completely inept, that would have gotten done with another team, no matter what. Like, even if they did want to hold on to him, like, that was 75 million right there, and like, it's like, okay, that's it. That's in your pocket. You would have figured.
Xavi wants him.
I don't blame him, but Xavi was also like the whole time like alluding to the fact that he's probably gonna have to go, and they haven't sold him. It's like he
wants him.
They've literally sold nobody.
Yeah, I think that's why they have to do it this year.
They made everyone their bitch in this.
Well, just Chelsea
and Bayern.
Yeah,
Bayern. Yeah. I know Lewandowski won the move, but like they were willing to really hold on to him. They still got it done.
Yeah, Lewandowski
and United. And don't say they didn't make United the bitch, because they did, because they put United's other moves on hold. That's all due in fault to the Glazers and that board. But Barca didn't care. Barca's like, we could do this deal, but we'll see. We're gonna wait. What the hell is this? Is that that's a fly?
It's a fly.
It's a fly.
Just don't let it get to you. Breaking Bad. Don't let it get to you.
Yeah. I'm like, what is it? It's like right on the screen, covering the whole screen. Anyway, I'm gonna give, without a thought to the future, based on where they were coming from,
an A. There has to be an A.
I'm giving them a 9.
An A?
It's an A minus. That's an A+.
Oh, in our yeah. I went to school state.
It's not perfect. It's not perfect, but I'm gonna give them an A+ for sure.
Yes, it's an A for me. Good for them. Hopefully, in the future, it works out, because they have to win. They have to win a trophy this year. I don't care what it is, even if it's the Copa del Rey and you compete in the other ones. That's a successful season, I believe.
What was wrong with them? Like, just kind of milling about the way they've done the last couple of years, with like maybe going for a Copa and not really being in the conversation for a Champions League title, and not selling off this shit.
Because you had Messi.
But that's what I mean. Messi was gone though. It's like
Messi was last year.
Why did you have to sell these assets? Just chill for a couple of years. You're still a draw. Like, just rebuild.
La Liga needs some money.
La Liga needs some money. Barcelona need to force their hand into selling their own assets. Like, it was like a little patience, I think. If this blows up in their face, which it might, I think like a little patience. I would have gone the conservative route on this and just
sell
a couple, but also like bring people in and basically start with like what United could be doing, what Arsenal has done.
Do you think the Aubameyang housebreak kind of ruined that transfer a bit? Did it have any effect on it? You can't transfer someone while he's going through that. And it looked like Chelsea was.
I don't think that's it. I think Barca just been saying no. I think that they offered Alonso 15 million today, and they said no. So I don't think that.
Does Xavi want Aubameyang? He has all these toys. You gotta play them, or else they're gonna leave. So like, how are you gonna manage all this time? What are you gonna do with the pie now?
Anyway,
and Depay gave up number 9, right?
Yes. Well, yeah.
That's not. I thought he was out the door.
The Depay one's weird. The Depay one's weird.
They had him, and then we didn't.
Yeah. Yes, I know. We've won too.
Yeah,
you guys have.
I give Barca an A for now. Probably actually, grand themes of thing A. They somehow managed to get out of this financial debt and have the best transfer window on paper.
Yes.
For I guess the amount of signings and what they need to improve and keeping all these players, and they have an all-star team.
They're going to be the FIFA team. I'm spacing on who the one person is they sold. I think they've sold one player, and it wasn't anyone crazy either. I'm telling you. Anyway, okay, let's do the other.
Braithwaite?
No, Braithwaite just left. Oh. That was just like they cut the
team.
Yeah, they cut him. They sorted the contract, and that was it. Okay, let's do Bayern quickly. Bringing in De Ligt for 70.
Yeah. 80. Because we got him for 80, sold him for 80. We were net with De Ligt.
Okay.
After 3 years.
Sadio for what was it, 35? 40,
yeah, 40.
Gravenberch for 25, which is just like
it's a joke.
Thievery. That's thievery. What like, and that was lined up like since like March, February, easy, and it was just done. It's like that's what United could have been doing.
You get it done early.
So Ajax, touchdown Ajax, that'll come about with this. And then they brought in Marizui. I can't pronounce his name. The right back from Ajax as well.
Mazzoli?
And Matthias Tell from Hull, who like so many people. He barely even played for Hull last year. He's just that highly rated.
Yeah.
And so like everyone's really, really high on this kid out of France. And in terms of sales, they lost Lewandowski, and that's pretty much it. And lost Sula.
Yeah, but he was always gone.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's pretty much it. They already have a good team, a strong team. It was shocking how they lost to what's the Spanish team called again? Villarreal in the Champions League, but that's their focus right now. Like Bundesliga, they're the favorites. They're probably going to win. The Champions League is pretty much all they have to play for. The Pokal, obviously, it's good because you can add that to a treble-winning season. Mm-hmm. But I think they'll take a Champions League and a league with no Pokal easily.
Well, who would?
For Nagelsmann, you've won the Bundesliga now. I don't want to say you built a brand by yourself, but you've established yourself as a top manager. Like, can you take it to the next level?
Yeah, he was an up and coming manager, right?
Yes.
Always at Leipzig too. Now it's like you have to stabilize yourself
and take over. And
it's
not
honestly,
easy taking over dynasty.
But honestly, be there for like 20 years.
Yes.
Like what more? I mean, realistically,
I would
say 30.
The goal should be 5 to 6. And then from there, it's 10, and from there, it's 15. You got to work. You can't just say 20 years right off the bat, right? Because, you never know how things go. If you win 5 Bundesligas in a row, you might want a new challenge. And, you might, if PSG is still losing and they have the cash to spend, you can say, maybe I'm the person to get PSG that what they're missing.
Mm-hmm.
But
they won't be that.
Pretty sound.
Smart side. I like the signings.
They still don't have, I guess, their new brand of football is going to have to be developed without a true number 9. We had Lewandowski for 8-9 years. Yep. And he was the guy. They had a system to feed the guy. Now you don't have a guy to feed. How can I get everyone else involved to take his share of goals? Lewandowski's scoring 40, 45 goals a season. Can you disperse 6 to 7 of those to 4 different other players?
Yes, you can.
Yeah.
Well, yes, you absolutely
can. In the Bundesliga, yes, but where it counts, hopefully, right? And Mane, as you can see, Liverpool struggling. You can't, he has very underlying values to a team. And I was still shocked that Liverpool just let him go. I know he won a new challenge, but
he did, and
you gotta entice him to stay.
But do Liverpool want to just go about? I know they upped Salah's salary, but like, do they want to fracture that wage structure they have completely? Salah, Mane, you do the same thing, but it's like, you let Mane walk, and then you make everyone else earn it, apart from Salah, because you look at that. They start doing that. You look at what's happened to United. You look
Yeah, but you have something already established, and you have like
you had Luis, you had Luis Diaz who was coming up that wing.
You have Jota, but injuries happen.
Yes, they do. But they brought in, so they lost one, they brought in one. I would say yes, they still need to bring in one more. But I mean, Darwin Núñez looks to be a great signing. I think it's going to be a good signing.
Yeah, we'll get to them soon. But,
all right.
Okay.
Yeah.
To finish with Bayern's, I'd give it 8.5. I would say B+.
I'll give it an 8. That's one B. That's
B+.
An A. That's an A.
I'm giving it a B+.
Say B. 8.5 is 85. It's an A. All right. You went to university in the States, Mike. Don't make it seem like you're some.
It's an A.
You are the colonel, but you're not American.
A+ for It's A+ for Barca. A for Bayern.
No, you give him a B+. Give him a B+. That's
a B+ is what, like 7.9?
7.9. No. I'm giving him an 8. I'm giving
8.5.
8.5.
And we're going by the 10-point system. We'll go by the 10-point system, not the A, B, C.
Okay, great. Okay, 8.5. That's fine. I'll give him an 8. PSG, honestly, Louis Campo. I feel like every 2 episodes, like I just have to sing his praises. In middle of the season, no transfers. Louis Campo comes out.
Is Louis Campo part of the Mbappe problem?
I was that done before him?
It was after he was there.
Just barely. Was it done before him?
He's part of it.
But you know what? Like,
he's part of it.
Okay.
He's part of it.
All right, but think of this. He was there for it.
He was contacted for sure.
He was there. Okay. He was there for it. How much do you think he was really contacted in terms of that? I mean, hey, he's got the money to play with too. He's actually never been really at a club. He's never been at a club of stature either. All right.
No.
So, if they're willing to throw that money around and still back him further, which they have, and allow him to make his own managerial appointment in Christophe Galtier and bring these kind of savvy team, like, depth building players like Collar Soler and Renato Sanchez. Like,
also for the future.
Sanchez, Soler. They lost Perez to Juve, which I like for you. But a little shakeup, and obviously Galtier and Campos think that there's something else there, and they can ship him on.
Did Everton get Idrissa Gana Gueye?
Vitinha was interesting. That was an interesting one to me. That's like yes, Everton is getting Gueye. The Vitinha one to me is very. It's interesting because he was not lighting the world on fire at
maybe
Porto.
Just needs time to develop.
But, absolutely, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think it's going to be another unearthed gem. Like, there's
give it time.
Yes, but I think it's just someone that again, like, people were like, oh wow, we really should have gone for him. Like, there was a buzz about him, but nothing being like, oh, like, we really need this player. And the fact that Campo dug him up and went for him, I think he's going to be great. I do. That said, for me, it's an understated one, and you want to see how it goes. And can Galtier and Campo actually, translate this after his success at Monaco and Lille? I'm gonna give it a 7.
7.
I'm gonna 7.
It's at least an 8. I was gonna say 8.23, but just the fact that they managed to get. Don't let it get to you, Walt. Okay, don't let it get to you. Just the fact that they're able to keep Mbappe. I know they had to give their soul to keep him.
That's something that kind of knocks off from it.
Does it?
The PSG already sold us anyway. So.
But I know, but now they're give them credit for at least selling out. They're coming out and saying, "Hey, we need this right now, and we won't have a better shot with these 3 players." The team would have looked a lot different without Mbappe. But now that Mbappe, after the first 2 games and his attitude problem, it seems. Thank you. For now, they seem to have the locker room under control. It's like a volcano. It's going to bubble.
Mm-hmm. A lot of egos.
What happened earlier, it's going to happen. It's going to happen again. Mm-hmm. That's for sure. But is Galtier, Campos? Are they? I think they're good to steady the ship and say, hey, guys. 1 month it's going to be this guy shining. 1 month it's going to be this guy shining. You're going to have to accept that. It can't always be you. Absolutely. Right? As long as you guys can figure that out, we'll go far. But if you guys are butting heads over stupid shit, and one match, he didn't pass it to me, he passed it to Messi. Oh, I want him gone. That's not going to fly. You're going to have to learn to win as a team. You look at Real Madrid, probably one of the hardest paths to a Champions League win we'll ever see.
Yeah.
Three of the best English teams, and
PSG.
who on paper was the best team. Still is probably the best team. Maybe City now, but regardless, you're gonna have to buy in for this year. And the fact that they got him for one, for sure, maybe two. I still think he's gone after two. Because Neymar and Messi will be gone, and he'll be like, "Okay, I've done my thing.
Yeah, maybe he's just like the out and out number one guy, built around a lot of good young players.
You gotta leave Liga after a while.
He does. Yeah, he should have done this year. Like, I'm very disappointed in him. Extremely disappointed.
He's greedy. He's a diva. He's a diva. What are you gonna say?
Ekitike coming in. That's a nice pickup.
It's an 8.2 for me.
I don't.
They kept Mbappe.
I don't hate
it. That was the goal.
I don't hate it. I'm saying understated in 7. It's like steady the ship. Sound. I'm gonna say right now, I'm calling 7 as a sound and team building window. But in a year's time, back on this, he'll be a 9.
So it's an 8. Just give it an 8, like I just said. 7 now, 9 later, 8's in the middle. But we'll agree to disagree.
Well, I mean, realistically, I should just choose one, but
probably the 9. I'd be less, but I'll say 8.2.
Listen, I can't.
8 minus.
I can't.
In their words.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Juve. Okay. Let's go over this quick. Outs. Delit.
Yep. Chiellini.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Well,
no, absolutely.
We're being official.
You're right. Okay.
I wish it was Rabiot, but no.
Thank goodness. Dodged a huge bullet on that.
Dybala's gone.
Yes.
We also have Bernardeschi gone. We should have more. Archer gone. Well, not yet, but most likely it's finished tomorrow.
Is it?
I'm hoping. Please, Arsenal, take him. But who else? There's been so many.
I don't know. This show's gonna be going long.
Rovella we just sold, and I'm not too pleased about that.
Wait, Rovella he brought him from Genoa? You sold him or loaned him?
I think it was maybe just loan.
You brought Rovella like 2 Januaries.
Loan, but I still think we should develop. We should.
Well, this might be a way to go.
No, because we're not fighting for titles. So why?
And who you brought in? Kostic, Pogba.
Di Maria.
How Di Maria's out already? That's gonna happen a lot.
He played today.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, I thought he was back mid-September. He played today.
So did I. Same with Zaha, right? Zaha factored him too. And Bremer and Paredes.
Yes, just finalized today. Yes.
Honestly, Mike, you're so threadbare at the back.
It's not a good transfer.
Insane.
Window.
It's insane how I couldn't believe you sold Delit. He had a good year last year. And did he want to go that badly?
Well, he wanted to sit on Bayern's bench, yeah. The benches are comfy there.
Yeah.
So,
he was starting for you.
Yeah, he was a starter. Why would you leave? I don't understand.
He had a good year. He was establishing himself. After like a somewhat rocky start, that was a very, very good year for him last year. I'm disappointed in him that he left, to be honest. I imagine...
It's a move he wanted, right?
I imagine he'll be taking over for Hernandez soon. But
yes, or because it's fun when Hernandez has to play left, right? And Davies is there. So if you want to play both, you just develop one as a center back, kind of what they did like with Alaba.
Right.
And now you have Delit just as the new Uber Bacano role, which he just plugs in every now and then.
No.
And it's good. But and if you have an injury, Delit's there for us this season.
Well, of course. But I mean, Delit means he can't spend 80 million euros.
I was mad that we got rid of him, knowing that we have no center back.
You needed to bring in 2 without losing Delit. You lost Delit.
Bonucci should have been our new Chiellini.
Yes,
like
100%.
Our new Chiellini.
100%. Should be Bremer and Delit with Bonucci and somebody else as well, not Rugani.
Rugani's better than God.
Mike, you're talking about
we need a left back. We got clustered, but he's more of like a left wing back, right? And it's like, is Allegri's defensive minded? So is he really going to be putting clusters in the left back situation or in a left mid situation?
Exactly. And how often is he playing 3-5-2? Sometimes.
No, sometimes. We don't have the center backs play 3-5-2.
Yeah, exactly.
Danilo, right? Danilo's our emergency center back.
Mike, I'm giving you a 3.
I'm gonna give it 3. I'd give it 5. 5.5.
Is the Pogba signing? The Pogba
Di
injury
Maria is great
prone.
for the.
Di Maria is gonna be injured. He's gonna be injured.
And although this isn't
Two
a
of your
new
players are injury prone.
this isn't a new signing, but it pretty much counts as a signing.
Vlahovic?
No, it's Chiesa. He's coming back. This is the team without Chiesa.
I'm talking about your transfer one, Mike. I'm not saying where you guys are gonna finish or like
But you got to look at it as like you
Absolutely
can't panic
not.
buy. We can't panic buy. We should have panicked.
I wasn't saying that you needed to bring like Di Maria was fine. Just like add some.
We didn't
add something up top. It was the midfield and for me defense. It's defense like all across the back. 1, 2, 3, 4. You needed someone left back and right back as well.
You can't get it all in one transfer window. So
you guys didn't even try. you didn't even fucking try.
Even if we could get all these people on personal agreements, it's just like, all right, now when it comes to it, we're only going to spend 200 million tops. We didn't even spend probably 150.
Net? What's your net spend? That's the real question.
We got it,
dude. You sold Delit for 80. Your net spend's nothing.
It's
nothing. What is your net
spend
spend
over 3 years? Yes, but over.
What is your net spend this year? 80 million. You sold Delit's out, so you're plus 80. What? 40 million on Bremer.
Mm-hmm.
Pug was a free. Di Maria is a free. Kostic what? 15.
Dude, is 15 plus 5, or maybe just 15.
Man, your net spend's like 10 million. It's a joke.
We're not.
Don't worry, we'll get to United. Spenders. We'll get to United.
We're not big spenders.
This is unacceptable. This is unacceptable. I know I was talking about Syria being in trouble financially, but this
we're not the same Juve team. We don't have the same money,
dude.
We don't.
We don't have money.
We don't have it. We don't have. If we had it, we would be spending it. So it means we don't have it.
I don't know what's going on for scouting.
Well, we should. This is a year we should be developing. So that's why I think Rovella and Moretti. We kept Moretti, thank God. But I would have kept Rovella too and said, you know what, we're gonna have to need you. I know Pogba's gonna get injured again. He didn't get the surgery because he wanted to play.
I know. Oh, I know. He's gonna be done.
So that's why you keep Rovella.
I agree with you. I wouldn't.
But I am not. I'm disappointed in the transfer window. But if you're gonna go this way money wise, develop youth. Because
So what's your mid? So are you do you actually think our tour's gonna be gone the next 24 hours?
Yes.
Where?
Or trying.
Where? Because it sounds kind of quiet to me. You know better than I do, but it sounds a little quiet to me.
Not Villarreal. What's the other team?
Sevilla?
No.
Betis? Is it Spain?
Valencia.
Oh yeah, it is Valencia.
It's Valencia.
Yeah. Gattuso wants him. Yeah.
He's not gonna play.
That might even be like a loan move, Mike.
It might have to be.
It might have to
get him gone, but just his wages as well.
You guys are almost.
Ramsey got rid of, thank God, too. But those are like not even worth mentioning.
No.
No, we should be developing. Like,
who's your mid? Zakaria, Pogba,
Paredes, Rabiot, Moretti, McKennie.
There's a lot of could be players there.
Like a lot of 7.5s, 8s.
7 to 8, yeah. 7 to 8. But yeah, I mean, Rovella definitely should have been kept, but it's where's he getting though? Still,
when there's injuries, we're gonna have injuries.
Pogba's gonna get hurt. There's still Paredes, McKennie.
Our medicine department needs to be fired and renewed because it's just injury after injury after injury. I don't know if it's the pitch they're training on. I don't know what it is. They got to put the money in finding out why these injuries keep happening. Whenever someone comes, like, oh, we got them for free. We overpay wages, and then what happens? Injury.
Buddy, United do the exact same thing. It's a simple look on transfer market to see what someone's fucking injury record's like. It's not hard. United do the same thing. Liverpool are very good at it.
No, but it's yeah. There's also
what is that?
Some other thoughts.
Please enlighten us.
The asthma theory.
Yes. Okay, quickly. We will not be doing previews today, and that's okay. Like we had a summer to catch up on. We'll get on some previews and reviews next week. I think. I think
there's something that needs to be done in the science of recovery or something, because I don't know. Juve, I'm not really excited for the season. They were playing today. I didn't even put it on for a second. I'm more invested in fantasy Premier League and the EPL.
It was
So
Spence,
I'm a sucker. Well, yeah, we barely beat them. Early goal, late goal. Milik scored. What a signing!
Oh yeah, that's
What
right.
a signing!
You brought it up.
Well, it was either Depay and overpay him in wages, or it was Milik and Paredes. So I'll take Milik and Paredes. I'll take two players over one because Depay will probably get injured. Although I think he would thrive in Serie A, but he would also have to accept not being the man on the team. We paid for Vlahovic. I think Vlahovic the highest earning person in Serie A this year. Ay, nice. Opa. No. But yes.
So you give it a 5.
5.5. 5.5. It would have been a 7 if we kept some of the youth, but at this point, even that's name I forgot.
Ravella stay? Did he stay? He stayed in Serie A though.
Yeah. I went to.
I don't mind it.
Maybe Monza.
Honestly, Mike, I don't mind it. I don't mind it. I don't like it.
Ravella going?
Okay. No. Yeah.
You like him going?
Yeah. I don't hate
getting consistent minutes.
Absolutely. Okay. Let's go on to the Prem at long last.
How should we start?
Whoever's lowest out of the big 6.
So it's a game to be played. So if Man U win tomorrow, then it's Liverpool.
No, but it's United, right?
But if United win, it's Liverpool.
But it's not. So we're starting with United. And holy, like, I could write a book, man.
It's a great window, right?
I could write it's a terrible window.
It's a great window.
It's embarrassing.
It's a panic window.
This is the most shocking, embarrassing window we've ever had.
The window you needed the most to have a plan.
Yeah.
You went to plan C. You went to plan C.
We had a new manager come in. Off the back end of our worst Prem season of all time. We fire Ralph Rangnick.
Mm-hmm.
That is the most despicable part of all this. Is firing Ralph Rangnick, someone who would have made those PSG-like signings like Campo did, okay? And you would have got your like 1 or 2 marquee signings, but with another 4 like solid 20 to 15 to 30 million pound signings tops. I guarantee it. The team would have had depth. The team would have had depth, and they would have been done early. And what happens? They do absolutely nothing. They ruffle Ronaldo's feathers further because Ronaldo was fine with staying, and he's gonna stay. He is staying.
No, now it's come out today that he's staying.
Yes, because Ten Hag wanted him. Ronaldo wanted to work under Ten Hag. At the beginning of May, this was all discussed. This was all out in the open, and then by the end of June, Ronaldo's pissed off because we haven't signed anyone. We haven't signed anyone. We haven't sold anyone. We haven't signed anyone.
He and Malacia.
We just like that. No, I think it was July, dude. I think
they all come official in July.
No. Yeah, well, no. But the okay, I think
I know. It was like a day or two before.
That's free agents.
It was a day or two before.
That's free agents.
Keep going. Let's hear your frustration. Vent. Now's the time to vent. You've been holding it in for months.
I haven't been holding it in. It's like I've gone over this gradually for the last 2 months. And so what? We bring on Malacia. Not where to start. Let's go chronologically.
Malacia? Or is
no,
it Malacia?
No. Malacia is after this. It's not even chronological. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in like 3 minutes. Okay, so he wants De Jong. Ten Hag is fixated on De Jong. I don't blame him. Our midfield's garbage, but you can't just have De Jong. It can't only be De Jong in the midfield either. You should be going for 2. And Barcelona's holding this deal up, and like, okay, we need to sort this like kind of payment thing out. Like, we need to see like whatever Barca was saying, United was going along with in terms of like, oh, you need a couple more weeks? Okay, that's fine. But at the same time, they're not working on anything else because the Glazers are such cheap fucks that they wanted to know after that terrible season under a new manager, the net spend was supposed to be roughly 120 million pounds. That's it. It's laughable after what we witnessed last year.
Pretty much 2 signings.
Well, yeah. If you don't use Rangnick and like all you can think about is De Jong, it's De Jong plus 1, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're such penny pinching assholes that it's like we're not going to sign anyone else because we need to know exactly to the cent how much we spent on De Jong and what's taken out of that. But That said, back to Ajax, even though he's gone now, Ajax was willing to sell Antony. They could have got that deal done at the beginning of June for like 50. Antony wanted 50 million. And Timber, exactly. 50 million plus 30 for Timber. 80 million pounds for the two of them. For the two of them. Instead, we get Ten Hag's second, because Ajax has sold all these players already. Sold Gravenberch, sold the right back. They lost Onana. They lost Haller. I feel like they lost one other even before that, but I could be wrong. But 4 key pieces already from that team. So we go in for Martinez. He's Ten Hag's second choice. I'm loving Martinez. I think I was happy with the signing, but I always wanted Timber first, especially because Ten Hag wanted it. But I was always big on Timber too. Like he's a little younger, but
bigger
and barely. They're like an inch taller.
Really?
Yeah, Timber's like 5'10".
I thought he was 6.
I think Timber. I think he's like 5'10", 5'11", 5'10", same, but I think 5'10". Anyway,
I'm also wider as well.
Well, yeah, a little bit. But anyway, so that's so that doesn't get done, and then we overpay for Martinez, and Martinez looks to be a good signing. I really think he can be a class signing. I love the way he reads the game, but for what it is, an Ajax center back, you overpaid by 20 million, easy.
Yes,
easy.
So
instead of you're
United tax.
So you're no, it's not. It's the fact that they had already sold these players, and it's like you want to come to us, and then you're going to overpay, and that's fair. That's no knock on Ajax. Like that's just United just dilly dallying, and then they brought in Malacia, and that was pretty much it, right? And Eriksson, they had to struggle to get Eriksson. They had to pay Eriksson at the ass. To bring in Eriksson on a free.
Because he wanted to return to Tottenham first.
No, it was Brentford. It was Brentford United that were like really going at it. And
Tottenham was mentioned.
Tottenham was mentioned, but it was like when it came down to it, it was always between Brentford and United. And money spoke. And I'm glad we got him, but like again, you're like fixated on this one free player when you could have gone again. Ten Hag could have used Ranić's help. Ranić was so good, is so good at building clubs. And the football community is not like they think United's laughable. They think they're a joke.
Yeah.
But they're not pleased with how they treat Ranić at all.
No.
At all. And then all of a sudden, you don't bring anyone in. We'll wrap up in 30 seconds. You don't bring anyone in. You get off to a terrible start under your new manager. You get smashed and humiliated. You drop 6 points. So the team's not set. The fucking signing should be done. And like at the beginning of July, mid-July latest, go on tour, and then you send and then nothing. And then you lose 6 points. You drop 6 points. Someone comes in saying that he's willing to buy the club, the richest man in England, who's actually a Manchester United fan, who just tried to buy Chelsea. And all of a sudden there's 70 million sitting there for Casemiro. And then next week there's 100 million sitting there for Antony. And you spent 170 million on 2 players. Why the fuck didn't you bring in 8 for that price?
Or just pay that money right from the get-go.
Well, right from the get-go, but then okay. Like let's think about what we did. Let's just add that 170 to Martinez, and we're gonna call Malacia no, because we sold Pereira for basically that price. All right. So there's like 220 roughly. Right there.
You guys just sold Garner too.
Yes. No, I'm fucking pissed. But the only thing that I'm okay with is that there's a buyback clause, and I don't know what that. And that's the thing is that our wages. I don't know what the buyback clause is, but I'm glad there is one. That's the thing. He was the only player that had any kind of value that was on ridiculous wages. So only player that we could sell. That wasn't. Yeah. I'm not happy about that, but there is a buyback clause, which to me is somewhat of a saving grace. It's probably fucking 60 million because we don't know how to negotiate. But anyway, yeah. So look, there's 220 right there for 3 players. You could have De Jong. You could have paid out De Jong 17 million if you really want him that badly.
70, you mean?
17. No, it was 17. The thing with the thing that held back the De Jong thing was not Barcelona willing to sell, is that Barca wouldn't pay De Jong the 17 million they owed him, and it would have been really greasy. But honestly, based on this whole window, that would have been less of an embarrassment than the whole thing.
The panic buys.
Yeah, And you could have fucking got it anyway. They should have brought in the gay players. They barely sold anyone. They sold someone that I would rather not sell, and you kept a bunch of players that really need to go. 2. I'm giving it 2.
2?
It's a 2. It's a 2. It's a fucking embarrassment of a window, and there's so much pressure.
4.5.
I wanted Anthony. I did. I love Max.
You think he'll be good?
Ten Hag wants him. I hope this boy likes pressure. I hope he likes pressure because there's gonna be a lot of pressure. Maguire didn't have this much pressure. Trust me.
No, he did because he's English. English.
That's why he didn't. Because you know what? People
would still
the leash is so long for English players. It's so long, and it was almost like, oh, 80 million pounds. Like this was like United had made poor and overpaid in the past, but not to that degree. So it didn't really have like, I don't think the microscope was on it. Maguire has completely just blown up this whole situation. And I think now Anthony, being from the Eredivisie, which is like way overpaid, like it was literally 50 would have been fine. I get that. 50 would have been fine. 60 tops.
I would just find it funny how I actually played it right. They said the first bid was 80 or 90, and they said nope. I think the second bid was 90. They said nope. Third bid 100. Okay, you got it.
Yeah, that's more embarrassment. It's a 2. It's a 2.
4.5 because the players could actually.
The players are good, but the depth
they're good.
We're an injury. Casemiro gets hurt. We're back to fucking McTominay and Fred. Believe that? Believe it.
But he doesn't get hurt usually.
No, you're right. He doesn't. He does not, and he's a professional. I don't think he just lay down his arms for a paycheck. He's the same kind of guy. He's taking some nice money. Don't get me wrong, and that's why he came. But
you think Ronaldo and Ten Hag had some conversations? You hear what came out with Ronaldo and Rangnick?
No.
Ronaldo had just a meeting, just him and Rangnick, saying that he wanted Maguire to be stripped of captaincy and that Maguire is part of the problem here at Manchester United.
Yeah.
And Rangnick said I would have. No, he said no, pretty much, but he said I would have been more inclined to listen to you if you had brought Maguire in. Just you, Maguire, and me.
Okay.
Did you hear about that?
No, I didn't. I miss
Ruffle some feathers.
I miss
Ruffle some feathers.
I miss Rangnick, man.
He said no. He said, why did Rangnick defend Maguire?
You know what, man? But you know what? There was so much going on there anyway at that time. Like Rangnick was not brought in to manage. People want to shit on Rangnick, and it's insane to me. I was so excited when they brought him. Like you remember how excited I was?
Because January.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. It was November when we brought.
Well, no, yeah, but I'm saying after January, I said you got Ten Hag and.
We didn't get Ten Hag until like March.
Oh, sorry, March. Sorry. I said, would you taken the sacrifice for the season to get both those guys? Yeah. And you said yes.
Yes.
And you only got half those guys now.
Yeah, and that's to me is the most embarrassing thing, because they brought him, so they actually appointed someone who was like, wow, they're gonna relinquish control in the football inside. And he was saying shit like this team needs open heart surgery, needs 10 to 11 signings, et cetera, et cetera. He's telling how it is.
Did they not like that he said it publicly?
Clubs. Who the fuck cares? He didn't say it publicly when it got done anyway. That's the thing.
Scott Parker said it publicly.
That's the thing, and Scott Parker got the axe.
He said it.
We're gonna run so late here. Believe it. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, no, not 3 minutes.
4.5.
Liverpool.
To me, it's a 6.
Okay.
Because they got rid of Mane. Mm-hmm. They let Mane go.
But you know what? They lost Mane. They brought in Nunez and Carvalho. That was like even last January.
I guess, yeah.
That was January too.
Okay.
Nice, like a good signing. Like, don't get me wrong, that's January. All right, and it's an easier deal to do as well.
Midfielder, I like how they went with Harvey Elliott. They're going with the youth.
They still needed one. They needed. Why not Tielemans? Why not? Someone like put in a fucking bid for this guy. But I thought Arsenal was going to.
I hear, but if you can get him in a year
for free, but you can get him. You can add depth to your dude. They're hurting. You've seen it. They've already been paying the price.
But it's not the midfield that's the problem.
What is the back line right now? The center backs, because they Matip and Conte.
Okay, who do they lose then in midfield?
Henderson's a year older. Milner's old.
2 years older, pretty much at that age.
Okay. Thiago's always been injury prone. Keita has been inconsistent. Fabinho is the only player in that midfield that I would rely on. for a season.
For me, the midfield wasn't a problem last year, and now it's suddenly a problem.
I was calling for a midfielder last year, but it wasn't as dire. But a year has gone on, and they have done nothing about it. And look, and they've been struggling. They have been.
They have been. I think. Can they put Carvalho in the midfield? Or is he like a...
I like Elliott, don't get me wrong, but you still need a midfielder, and you need someone that is in that like 25.
Well, they still
range.
have.
You need that 20, like around 25.
Who's the other young one they have? Mixed kid. Oh my God, he's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh, Curtis Jones.
Curtis Jones. They still have Curtis Jones too. That's another young. Yeah, but they still have him.
Is he hurt too? But again, someone who like was up and up on the trajectory, but had some injuries, has not completely hit the heights. He
needs more playing time.
He could still get that, and if it's not working out, it might. Like I like Harvey Elliott, but it might not completely work out with him. It might not work with.
You're saying they should have went after Jude Bellingham?
Listen, they're gonna be pushing that for that next summer. Believe you me, and they're gonna be pushing. They're gonna be paying more than they'd want to right now because I think Dortmund's gonna. Dortmund, they're already coming for him.
Does he have a buyout?
But they're going to be hurting. I don't think so.
That's good for Dortmund.
Finally. But you know what? Dortmund needs to stop this, okay?
Right.
Dortmund needs to start paying their players more, okay? They can't just be this feeder club, all right? The Bundesliga.
I think they're happy.
Yeah, I know. It's bullshit. It is bullshit, and it's hurting the Bundesliga. Leipzig, to me, is and Leverkusen as well. Our teams are actually like putting the work in. Dortmund's always making like really savvy signings and stuff like that, but they're never holding it together.
Yeah.
They're never holding it together. I think Leipzig is the team that will establish themselves as a rival to Munich in the future before Dortmund does. Unless Dortmund runs the fuck up and starts actually paying their players more.
I don't think Liverpool did that bad this transfer window.
I don't think it was terrible.
I said 6.
Nunez in, Mane out.
Yeah, with Nunez, it's like I don't know.
I honestly, Mike, they still haven't brought in another right back, someone with a little more defensive capabilities. It's easy for me. Who else? Surely they brought in someone else apart from Carvalho because I'm not going to count him because they brought him in, but that was done in June or maybe even last summer. January.
You thought Firmino showed.
Am I forgetting anyone? I don't think I am.
Didn't bring in a center.
Is Darwin Nunez literally their only signing?
No.
I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5.
A 5.
I think they're gonna listen, Mike. This is a team too that, like Klopp's style of football like takes its toll. You can't just.
Well, it's not Klopp style. It is Klopp style, but it's also the fact that a lot of us should have seen this coming this year at the start of the season because they played in every match last year.
Sure.
And we thought
and so you think that they would, don't you?
Oh, honestly, it is actually just Nunez.
Yeah, I was racking my brain there. I could not think.
They finally got rid of Karius. I thought he was gone a long time.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a 5 then. It's light. It is light. And again, you just added to my point.
Yeah, Nico Williams they let go.
They loaned him. I think they loaned him.
That was 16 million.
Oh yeah,
16 million.
Oh shit.
He's gone. Yeah, because no way they're loaning. He would take 7 on Nottingham Forest.
What?
Nico Williams was number 7 on Nottingham Forest.
He is.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
So there's no way he was loaned out and he alone he gets 7.
Nico Williams 7.
Yeah, you didn't notice that? You have him on your team?
No, I did originally, but
4 million. That was the cheapest 4 million you'll get.
Yeah, no, you're right. Okay. Anyway, who would be next? Chelsea. Ooh,
the Spurs. We're going this year. We're going over this year. I thought at the start of the year it was different. Chelsea, horrible.
Wild.
They needed a striker, and they settled for Sterling. Now he's not a striker; he's a winger.
I like the Sterling sign.
I like it, but you need a striker. Still.
I think Sterling suits.
That
was done early though too. I was like, okay, this could be good for Chelsea. They get skinned on Rafinha. They need a striker.
They got Barca fucked them this transfer window.
They did.
Barca bent them over and said, "Oh, who do you guys want? Okay, we'll take them." That's literally what they did. Was it 3 signings they stole?
No, I think it was Koundé and
Rafinha. And also
Lewandowski. Don't say Lewandowski. Lewandowski's barely. He was linked, but come on.
Someone else.
Kessie.
I guess technically not.
They lost
They're
Christensen.
just pulling the string with Aubameyang. That's what they're
Yeah.
doing.
Right.
They're just, hey, you want this one?
Just puppeting. Yeah.
they
Well,
are.
fuck, man. I mean,
it's funny.
It's but they haven't been pushing. They haven't been looking really
I thought
hard
they would
at
spend
all.
a lot more with new ownership.
They have.
And with new ownership, you have to go spend.
But they have spent a decent amount.
On defense.
I know, that's the thing. It's like
and their defense is awful.
Well, Mike, I mean, like, what's he doing? Like, what is Tuchel doing?
He needs a forward. He needs a recognized striker.
He absolutely does. He loses.
So why wouldn't you?
Right, you got a team with Werner. Like, I would give him another chance. I can't. Honestly, Werner's getting a bum rap. He got a bum rap. I really think so. You know, the midfield, it's going forward. It's the midfield too. Like Conte and Kovacic are always getting hurt. Is Gallagher ready? Jorginho is always being spoken about getting sold. You know, and you spend what? How much do they spend on Koulibaly? 40 thereabouts.
Yeah, 40,
you know,
yeah.
like reasonable. Cucurella, like good player.
Well, they
way
overspent
too
on
much.
Fofana. They got is Fofana done? Is it done?
Yes.
It's done.
Yes.
It was today.
But no, it was a couple of days ago. Like it was like official.
It was yesterday, man. I think yesterday was good because I saw a meme yesterday.
It's been done. It's been done. It's, okay, that's what it is. It's
okay.
Semantics, Mike. Semantics.
I think they have to start playing Reece James up top.
It's well, that's another thing that he's doing is he's putting Reece James at RCB, right. You know, and it's like, dude, you're taking away his like best. He's a good defender. Like I would start if I'm Southgate, I start him over Trent
at right back.
Yeah,
not a right center back though.
Well, no, but no. I would honestly start James over Walker.
If you're playing James,
I'm playing James either or.
I would play him at the wing back.
Oh. If you're playing 3-5, if he's playing
3-5-2, he's in the 5.
Anyway, that's a conversation of the day. We're going on. And Cucurella, it's a lot of money. It's a lot of money.
50 million, right? Or was it 60? It was 60, yeah. Right? 50 plus 10.
It's 60.
I hate why they do that. Why don't they just do 60? Why do they do 50 plus 10? And like 70 plus. They just put it the final price. It's like this is the
why does that bother you so much?
It's just with the buyback. Buybacks were not a thing 5 years ago.
Does Brighton have a £200 million buyback clause? Yeah, it's mental. It's and then they're spending like 85 to 90 on Vardiol from Leipzig to come in next summer.
Is it 85?
It's like 80 to 90.
It's for next year.
Yeah, Mike.
Well, Silva's going to be gone soon.
I get that, but you're right. But Mike, you're right. They don't have a striker, and he's not using Broja. And Broja, honestly, Broja needs to get in there. Broja needs to play.
And then you have Mount and
Havertz. Mount's been ghosting. No, Sterling. You've got to start Sterling. Havertz has got to hit the bench. Havertz has to hit the fucking bench. He does.
They got a lot of problems.
They have many problems, but you know what?
Good for you.
Sure. But I'm still getting worked up because it's like it doesn't need to be this bad. But why didn't you get a midfielder? Why didn't you get a striker? That's it. Like Vardiol did not need to happen right now, especially the price. If you're going to pay that price, why?
Get him now at least.
Yeah, exactly. Who are you? What makes you think his price is going to go up after that? Like up more than that next year? It's not. You can get into a bidding war. It's not going to go higher than that.
For me, it's a 4.
I'm with you.
It's a 4.
4. I'm with you.
Honestly,
I like the Sterling pickup.
It's
I like
Chelsea, Liverpool, and
I like the players
for 4th.
they got. I like the players
is that
they got.
That's the battle for 4th this year.
Well, you know what, man? Liverpool's a weird one for me. Are they going to burn out?
I think they are. I don't think they make Champions League. Bold prediction.
So you're going City, Spurs, Arsenal, and United. Wow. Okay. Let's go on Spurs. And I loved their window. I loved it.
You know what? I like their window too, but I like it more because this has nothing to do with the transfers, but they're going to get a Conte preseason. They had a Conte preseason.
They got it done early. They're good transfers too. And they were savvy. They were good pickups. Mike, like, hey, let's go over it quickly. Like,
they strengthened every position except for right back and center back. I think that's.
They brought Jed Spence. Something.
He's a year away. 2 years away, maybe.
Maybe, but they haven't loaned him. And Emerson Royale is.
I still don't
dicey.
believe in him. I still don't believe in him.
You
but
don't.
Doherty is not
You don't.
the other
You don't,
option as well. So that's where they needed to strengthen.
And that's where
they need to strengthen the other side too, Perisic.
Yes.
But he's only like a 2-year gap.
Yeah. It's a stopgap. Yeah, but that's okay. Session's been getting some time.
Yes, he's young. Center mid, you got.
Why is this camera doing this?
I know. Brighton's Bissouma.
Great. 25. That to me, sorry. I mean, Holland's the bargain this summer.
Yeah.
Let's be real. But Bissouma is second.
Yes.
That's a bargain.
It is. And you got Richarlison up top.
Who's looking great.
Because Lucas Moura, unfortunate for him. I think he should have left. Me personally, if I Lucas Moura, I'm out of there. And
you're forced to move.
Yes, and it's.
They sold.
It would have been 2 years.
They broke even on Bergwijn.
Yeah, they did.
You know.
It was good. I have an 8. I have an 8 for Tottenham.
I'm gonna be 8.5.
If they got a center back or right back, it would have been a bit better because. Other than
they do need a center back. I'm surprised they didn't give us. I'm shocked they didn't get a center back. Actually, I'm shocked. They need a center back. Their center backs are. You know what? I'm going to drop to 7.5.
Other than Romero,
I'm dropping to 7.5.
It's you know what? He's getting the best out of Dyer. But Dyer is not a center back.
He is Dyer.
He is just that. He's honestly his true position is CDM, and
he doesn't have a position. He's shit. Okay, he's garbage.
He's not bad.
He's terrible.
It's not bad.
He's getting the best out of him. He's in a back three. Okay, he's covered. Okay, he's a more nimble Maguire.
So you take him at Man United over Maguire?
I don't want to think about having either of them.
Yeah, but if you had to pick,
you know what? No, because
you take Maguire.
No, because if we're bringing in Dyer, that means I know I have 3 years of Dyer.
Oh my God.
That means I have 3 years of Dyer.
No.
If I'm swapping them right now. Maguire to me could be a year away. He could be gone in a year. He could be.
No.
If we bring in Dyer now, he's here for at least 3.
No, Maguire, you get the best one of Maguire if you just take this off.
No, you don't. Get the best one of Maguire if you
take this off and put him on the bench, and we'll hope that and say if there's an injury, prove me wrong.
Sell him to Nottingham. They've got a shit ton of money. Get 30 back from Nottingham for him right now. You have 12 hours.
But yeah. So we're on to the big 2 now, or big 3 now.
Yes.
The new big 3 in town.
Yeah.
Arsenal. Actually, Arsenal's last.
Arsenal's last.
We're actually doing this. Arsenal's last. Wow. How long are you going to be saying this for?
Okay. So City. We're on to City now.
Yeah.
And okay, so Holland.
Alvarez.
Alvarez was January. You have to admit him.
He
was January. Listen, I don't want to talk about Alvarez because you know what? You know who suggested Alvarez? Ralph Rangnick. Ralph fucking Rangnick did. That's who did. All right.
So it's pretty much just Holland.
No, you're forgetting someone. You're forgetting someone.
Someone big?
Someone was pricey. He was pricey, but you've forgotten about him.
Midfielder?
Get in the chat. Yeah, he's a midfielder, yeah.
Midfielder? Who am I forgetting?
Yo, you're forgetting him big time.
Did he play today?
I don't think he's played yet. I don't think he's played a second. It's great. I know. I was thinking this before he came, like, oh yeah. They did that. Like, this guy was never breaking into that team. I swear it was just
Can you just tell me because I have no idea.
No, okay. Well, I'm gonna let you stew on it for a bit. Okay, so
I'm not gonna look. I'm not gonna cheat.
No. I know you won't. No, you're absolutely not cheating. They brought in Akanji today, as well, for about 17 million, which is just like it's a nice one. You know, it's like.
Are you?
That's okay. That was another.
If you're Ake, how mad are you?
That's another rant. I'm not. If I'm Ake, work harder. And you know what? You got to a good start. I feel bad for Ake.
Laporte?
No, Laporte when he's healthy is the one.
And then Stone. What about Stones then?
Work harder.
Yeah, right.
Work hard. Stone. Well, I mean, what? It's a weird setup there because Ake was the one who started the season. Ake started the season, like the first 2 games, and got hurt against Newcastle.
Yeah, he came on.
And he was playing. He was playing over Stones.
Yeah.
That was it. So like it was like, oh wow, Ake's actually getting it. And Stones wasn't getting it. Stones is playing well. It's going to be interesting. That's but Akanji is literally going to
Oh my God, Leeds! You're talking about Calvin Phillips? Oh my God! Yes. Why did it take me so long to remember that?
Well, that's the best part, Mike. That's the best part.
That was 50.
Okay, well, based
They
on
have so much
yeah,
money. Oh, Pep.
based on
He needs to win the
Holland,
Champions League
what
this
do they pay for? Listen,
72?
Yeah, but then like
70 euros. It was 72
that's
euros.
to
So whatever
Dortmund.
it is,
That's to Dortmund. Everything else
58
afterwards.
pounds. Is it 58 pounds?
It was like 60 million pounds or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then like sign-on bonus and everything like that.
Pep, I feel bad for them.
I'm gonna give him an 8.
He needs to win this year. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
You
It's
got
Holland, right?
Holland.
It's Holland. It's a 9, right?
You got a 9 for 9.
I'm just bitter. I'm just annoyed.
He has 9 goals, Max.
I'm just annoyed.
9 goals in 5 games.
Stop saying that. Stop. It hurts me.
9.
Leave me alone.
Like,
Fuck up.
and he's been like, I might captain him the rest of the season.
Shut up.
I might captain him the rest of the season. If I did, I would be like top 300 in Canada.
You know he's getting injured this weekend, right?
No, Max, don't say that.
He is. I picked him up. He's on my team now.
No, so I should switch for Kane.
Done. I picked up Sanchez last week. They conceded the first time since United's jammy goal. Okay, and then Arsenal. Jesus, what was that? 50?
It's 9. It's another 9 for Arsenal.
Yeah, it's a beauty. It's a beauty window. Let's go over Zinchenko. Vieira. See what's going on there. They got some injuries now.
Do you count Saliba?
No. Absolutely not. It's
No.
been 2 years.
3 years, isn't it? I think it's been 3.
This was his third. It's been 2.
I thought he's been loaned out 3 years to 3 different French teams.
2. He went back to Nantes and they went to Marseille. I
think there was another one.
I think you're wrong.
Was it on Saint Etienne?
I bet you're right. Saint Etienne. Sorry, it was Saint. It was Saint Etienne who had him, who sold him, and then he got loaned back to Saint Etienne, and then he went to Marseille. Well, you don't think I know the fucking Ligue 1, motherfucker?
Yeah, but there's 2 teams. There's 3 teams.
No, Saint Etienne, Marseille. Like he came from Saint Etienne, got loaned back to Saint Etienne, went to Marseille.
I'll bet you a beer.
Great. Look it up now, please.
Okay. Saliba.
So no, I'm not counting him. Vieira, interesting. It's interesting because Vieira's probably gonna get some time. You know, Odegaard might be hurt. And Partey's out. So yeah. It's a 9 though. It's a 9. Let's wrap it up, guys. It's been a lot of fun. Just wait for this. Michael, which manager's getting sacked?
Yeah, it was Saint Etienne, Nice, Marseille. 3 years. You got Arsenal, and then Saint Etienne, Nice, Marseille. It's 3 teams. 3 teams, 3 different French leagues. 3 different French teams. He was on Arsenal 2019, and then 2019 to 2020, Saint Etienne, Nice, Marseille. Thanks for the beer. Yes. But a 9.
Did he play beside Todibo? Maybe.
Well, I guess you don't know the French league. If you did be under Galtier and Campos. all good and fun. All good and fun. First bet of 2022, 2023, I win. Yes. Let's go. Many more to come, hopefully.
Scott Parker, also quickly. Okay, 5 minutes. Scott Parker.
Well, let's tell the full story.
Yeah.
Well, we called saying we're bringing the podcast back. It's been a while. And, going over notes for what we're going to do this episode. And Max goes, we should do first coach fired. Immediately, I went Scott Parker because it was after the 9-0 loss. He's like, no, they played Liverpool, City, Arsenal. You can't blame them for that. And I said, yeah, I know. But you know how the soccer world works. He's definitely in one of the favorites. We hang up the call. Probably 20 minutes go by.
Yeah.
And I go, oh my God, Scott Parker was fired 8 hours ago. None of us knew. And I was like, Max, I texted him that, and Max called me within a minute. And he's like, Romano said nothing. Like, no, Romano said something 8 hours ago. And I didn't think it was true because I thought it was one of those fake Romano accounts. And then I saw Klopp's interview.
I agree with Klopp. I agree. I don't often, but I agree with Klopp.
Once I saw his interview, I'm like, Max, it's official. It's official.
He actually literally said verbatim, mouth to mouth, what I said, why he wouldn't be fired.
Exactly. It's just like.
So what happened with him is that he
spoke out against the owner publicly.
Yeah,
that's what cost him the ass.
That's
what cost him the ass.
Good.
He said,
fucking good.
You're happy with the owner for sticking by that? But the owner, they had no business.
No, not the
Oh,
owner.
it'd be good for
Scott Parker.
Okay.
Scott Parker. It's fucking ridiculous. Anyway, fired. Gerard, Lampard, Tuchel, Rodgers.
Out of the remaining, the second coach fired.
Yeah, second coach fired for me is going to be
Lampard.
Gerard.
No, I think it's gonna be Lampard.
I'm going with Gerard because I just
you walk. I love it though. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I'm going with Gerard because honestly, Lampard, they suck. He's not great, but the defense they're tighter. They're a lot tighter, and the focus is there
because they know they have nothing offensively.
They have nothing, but you know what? That can't change when Calvert-Lewin comes back, or whoever comes back, which isn't a big upgrade anyway because Calvert-Lewin's trash. But
he'll score some goals.
Yeah, it'll help them. I'm going to Gerard. They look languid. They look sluggish, and they spent the money, and it wasn't even happening last year either.
I know it was immediately for like 5 games, and then the rest of the season they were trash.
Exactly. So
but I think it was immediately.
I think
they won 3 of 5.
Yeah, and I think Rodgers is going to be granted a little bit of time. That team's a mess. There's a lot of players who want to leave. That's the thing. But the window's gonna be shut.
Will he be granted a lot of time?
Maybe not.
Ranieri didn't.
He got longer than this, but that's after he won the league.
It was just one bad season though. He had back-to-back fifth place.
I'm gonna go with. I'm gonna stick with Gerard. Honestly, for me, out of those 4, Lampard's the safest in my mind.
Really?
He is. I never thought I would say this. Even when I was walking home tonight, I was always going to say Lampard. But the more I think about it,
every time I've seen their games or like the snippets on Goal Rush or Match Day Live, whatever it's called now. I did watch, I think, about 30 minutes of them against Leeds. Was it Leeds?
Mm-hmm.
They're awful.
Sure.
They're awful. Like Onana, okay signing.
I don't think he didn't really get much. No, actually, he did not get much in that window.
It's a bad time to be an Everton fan.
Oh, absolutely.
Ancelotti brought the best out of them. I don't know how he did that. It's Ancelotti, yes, I know, but they are awful, awful. They're coming like 16th tops. I think they're gonna be. I'm gonna say week 10 is when they get their first win. They're awful. I don't want to watch a second of them. I'm never picking up an Everton player at all this year.
No, that's fair.
I'm not.
That's fair, but I honestly think that Lampard's gonna last.
No, they're awful. Here, he's gonna last out of the 4, or did you mean just Gerard or Lampard?
Who do you have?
I have Lampard.
Lampard's getting fired?
Yeah, first. Whoever gets fired first.
Yeah.
I have Lampard and Gerard.
Yeah. Done. Okay. On that note, it's been a long one. We had a lot to catch up on, and we'll be back next week.
Did the live go over an hour now?
It might be done. I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
Yeah, I guess so. Okay. Good night, guys.